Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Aeterna. This is a new token that launched recently on BSC or Binance Smart Chain. They're offering 200,000% APY, so it's an auto staking, auto compounding type of protocol. They are dual KYC, they are audited. And if we have a look at the charts since they launched just here on the 3rd of May, so just a few days ago, about 3 days ago, 72 hours or so. Things have been going extremely well. So that's what we're going to be talking about today is Aeterna Finance and everything that they have. Of course, we're going to go through their white paper, go through their audits, all that good stuff. So that is what we're doing today. But before we go ahead and hop into the video about Aeterna Finance, let's go ahead and make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel here. Also, you're going to want to make sure that you hit the notification bell to make sure that you're staying up to date with all the content that I post here on the channel, because everything that I post is very time sensitive, meaning the sooner that you can get your eyes on a piece of content that I post, the better in terms of, opportunities that you could potentially take advantage of, or potentially choose not to, right? Completely up to you. Also, first link in the description to the premium Discord server. That is where we do all of our whitelist spot giveaways, a bunch of different kind of giveaways, really. But if you want to check out the laundry list of benefits that you could take advantage of when signing up, then go ahead and click that link in the description down below. Like I said, it will be the first link. And then the last thing before we jump into Aeterna Finance, I do like to mention that anything that we talk about, any projects that I talk about here on the channel, are not to be construed as financial advice, not just for legal purposes, but genuinely because, just watching a single YouTube video and then go blindly aping into a project that you don't really know about or haven't necessarily read through the docs yourself or done your own research is just really poor investment strategy in general. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into Aeterna and talk about their dashboard here. So Aeterna is a unique DeFi ecosystem that offers a variety of ways to generate wealth and navigate your way through confusing decentralized world. What follows is a brief overview of the fundamentals around the project, right? So, and a lot of this stuff is going to be the same as in their white paper. So I might as well just jump into the white paper because it's a little bit more detailed here. So we firmly believe in having not only one or even two utilities, but in having a strong multi-purpose ecosystem designed with sustainability in mind. We acknowledge that building a vast and ever-expanding ecosystem requires dedicated experts and a large support staff. To this end, we will be looking to hire more experts in all fields of expertise whenever it is deemed necessary. For example, we will be onboarding expert marketing agencies, graphic designers, web designers, DApp integrated experts, and others who are highly experienced in their specific areas to ensure maximal growth. We'll also put a heavy emphasis on stability, transparency, and safety, ease of use in everything that we do. And one thing I do like to mention, when we talk about these kinds of these types of protocols, right? Obviously, we see a very similar issue that, you know, to my knowledge, has plagued every single auto staking protocol or like Titano fork, right? With the outlier, I would say being Seifu, which is still pretty good. However, they are down a little bit, but so is everything else within the market except for Aeterna here. So but the main thing that I am looking for when I'm looking at investing into one of these auto staking protocols is like the outside utility that they plan to incorporate into the protocol, right? Because with having this elastic supply of tokens, we get into an issue when the supply is just outweighing the actual demand, right? So, and this, of course, is directly impacting the price action or the actual price of the underlying token. So it's always good to see what they're going to be doing. So that's what I want to look at today. So you have their meet the team section here, which you can definitely check out. Their transparency and security. So to truly achieve exponential growth and long-term stability, Aeterna will not only need a capable, ever-expanding team of experts and assistants, but also something far more important, a community that trusts the project and supports its goals and aims. To achieve this, we must strive to be as transparent and secure as possible, which is why we have decided to have our contracts audited by the best of the best. By the best of the best, we have also gone through extensive KYC protocols with, yes, you guessed it, the best of the best, right? So they've been audited by Solid Proof and Certic, which I would say Certic is probably the better auditing company of the two, which brings me to kind of a unique point that I've been talking about in a couple videos, outside of today's, is that I think that in the world of DeFi, there is a huge problem with auditing companies just either not having extensive knowledge on their part to be able to perform the audit themselves, and just kind of rubber stamping certain projects that in all reality should not necessarily pass an audit. I'm not saying that that is the case here with Aeterna Finance, but it is something to think about as well. But I would say that it's good to see that they've done dual audits by both Solid Proof and Certic. They've also KYC'd with Solid Proof and Obsidian, and I know that there's quite I guess you could call it FUD around Obsidian and the way that they're choosing to go about um, interacting with projects that they've KYC'd, things like that. So that is not the video for this, but they have been KYC'd regardless with two different companies, right? So the vision and expansion. If you've been in DeFi world for some time, you will have noticed a rapid pace at which new systems innovations are being created. In fact, science and technology has been exponential growth or seen exponential growth in all areas of life within the past few decades. So this is their vision and goal. Our expansion will not be recklessly fast, but rather a well-controlled or clearly coordinated team effort, focusing on quality marketing and use cases with sustainability at the forefront. So leading into a little bit of their tokenomics, like I had mentioned in the beginning, this is a token that is launched on the Binance Smart Chain. Here you can see it's here paired with Wrap BNB. That is offering 200,000% APY just for holding. So again, with all these auto staking, auto compounding protocols, you don't necessarily need to, well, you don't have to worry about staking your tokens. This automatically happens, and rebases are sent directly to your wallet, and the token will essentially compound directly in your wallet for you every 15 minutes, right? So that is how these rebase tokens work. And then some supply related and rebase info. Initial supply is 444,444 with the max supply, let's see, at 4 billion. So again, this is we'll just call it 4 billion. Token decimal 5, rebase period every 15 minutes, and you're looking at 0.02%. We'll just call it every rebase, so every 15 minutes, with a total APY at 200,000%. The buying fee is 14%. 4% of that goes to liquidity, 5% goes to the treasury, and then the other 5% goes to their insurance fund. Selling fees are looking similar, except for instead of 14, it's 16. So that is good to see. I would say that this is pretty industry standard, I would say, on the sell tax side of things. So that's good to see. Sell tax 16%, 4% to liquidity, 6% to the treasury, and then 6% to the insurance fund. There is a transfer fee as well, 14% initial fee. And then there gives you some information on the total token allocations thus far. Long-term sustainability, and again, this is what I'm talking about when we talk about like protocols having to they have to, if these types of protocols launch with without kind of road mapping or even having things on the horizon as ways to add additional sources of revenue to the underlying token, then undoubtedly they will fail. It's just a matter of time, whether that is, days, weeks, months, years. It's kind of hard to give you an exact timeline, but we've seen it time and time again, right? So this is why this is so important to be able to cover, right? So as we said before, sustainability is at the forefront of our project. How then you may ask, can we provide investors with a 200,000% rebasing APY? This is where both our DAPY protocol or dynamic APY and innovation utilities come into play. So the dynamic APY protocol is when Aeterna is experiencing increased buying pressure, the DAPI, we'll just call it, or the dynamic APY, may be manually adjusted to increase the rebase APY percentage. However, in times of increased selling pressure, so if the price of the token is trending downwards, then the dynamic APY may be adjusted to decrease the rebase percentage, allowing for increased stability of the price. And when they decrease the rebase percentage, this is going to not print as many tokens, which I guess could be looked at it from both ways. I'm sure that there's people that would freak out when they realize that their APY is reduced. But that being said, you know, you're not losing money to the protocol printing a whole bunch of tokens either, right? So in short, the DAPY allows for increased rewards during bullish trends and consolidation during sell-offs, which totally makes sense. I wonder if they give a range as to exactly what those things are. That's what I would like to know as an investor myself. Most cryptocurrencies, this is going to their utility side. So most cryptocurrencies fail due to the lack of revenue generation and overall reliance on trading volume. To create true sustainability, Aeterna will be releasing a series of meaningful utilities such as their utility hub, the creation hub, their Aeterna pad platform, which I'm assuming would be like a launch pad, some comprehensive trading tools, the Aeterna investor network, escrow services, a cross-chain bridge, a lottery system, and the Aeterna DEX, right? So this kind of sounds like almost like a Titano V2 fork, or that they're definitely doing some things similar with the importance of adding a DEX in there as well. I do think that that is important, and it curves some of the selling pressure from like directly from PancakeSwap. But here is their roadmap. So this is the phase one stuff, established a strong community, which, by the way, they have definitely done. They've got about 11,000 people in their Discord server. I think they have about 11,000 followers on Twitter as well. So they have definitely got a decent sized community, and that's something that they could potentially leverage as well in the future for upcoming launches or their launch pad, that type of stuff. So obviously, a lot of this phase one stuff is done, including their KYC with Solid Proof and Obsidian. The audit with Solid Proof, Whitepaper, all this stuff is live. Public launch on PancakeSwap, that's already happened. Lottery system live. And we can go ahead and check out their actual DApp here and see how this is looking. So here is a view of their DApp here. Here you can see the Aeterna price, the current market cap, $4 million market cap currently, the circulating supply, and the next rebase. So here in just under 2 minutes, the fully diluted market cap and the total supply. And remember that total supply can increase all the way up to, I believe, 4 billion tokens, if I remember correctly from the white paper. But current holders, about 1,500 current holders. There's a look at their burn tokens, the value of the burn tokens as well, and the burn token total supply. So pretty cool to see there. You can be able to trade your BNB directly on their site for the Aeterna token if you wanted to do that. And this will also take into account the slippage because of the buy and sell tax. So pretty cool to see there. You just come and connect your wallet and you'll be able to do that as well. Obviously, once you have your wallet connected, you'll be able to see your account in particular, what you're like how much you're making each rebase, and what the 5-day ROI would look like in terms of dollars, right? So they also have their calculator here, which is kind of like a Lambo calculator from the rebasing DAOs. But that being said, let's go back to their roadmap. So Trust Wallet, articles on Yahoo, partnerships, Launchpad sneak peek, yield farming live, trending on Dex tools, all this stuff, applications, Certic audit, Coin Market Cap, Coin Gecko, of course, launching as well. And then moving into phase 3, they're going to be launching some 3D NFTs, NFT marketplace, and staking. Hopefully, getting some listings on Bitmark, KuCoin, and Gate.io. Keep in mind that those are very challenging things to do. A large airdrop campaign, marketing in esports events, which I think that's kind of an untapped potential. I think that from a marketing standpoint, I think that what you could do if you had the budget to go and sponsor some top high level streamers on over on Twitch and be able to get your name out there, I think that might be actually a cool move to make, or just sponsoring like certain um, like esports tournaments and things like that, which could be cool. Launching the website V2 and all that stuff. Some more in-depth info, but really. Okay, so they have a little bit more information as to each of the utility things. So the Aeterna Creation Utility Hub is the ecosystem's community-focused vessel. Through this hub, we will be offering different facilities that will support learning guidance to our investors, new and old alike. Below are just some of the hub's utilities. So again, these things are going to be coming, but they have their fiat payment, the store. So they're going to be having a merch store. Digital metaverse goods, buyable with crypto or fiat, which is cool. The safe swap, which I imagine is going to be their DEX. They're going to be implementing a lottery as well. Some DeFi tools, easy to use tools to make trading easier, more lucrative. Giveaways, escrow service. So a safety is the utmost importance to us. We will also be providing escrow services to contractors and contractees alike. And then, of course, their launchpad as well. And then a bunch of information on their launchpad. So what I appreciate about Aeterna is that their ecosystem that they're building out is really detailed within these within their white paper itself, which is good to see. That means that, I mean, it's one thing to, I guess, if we go back up here, it's one thing to just put certain things on a roadmap and tell people that you're going to do things. It's a whole other thing to, already have had thought about these things, how you're going to implement them, how they're going to impact the landscape of the token. So it's good to see that this stuff is already kind of in progress. And that probably is reflective of the price action that we've been seeing over the last couple of days. I don't know what the catalyst here was that caused it to rocket up from like all the way from $3.50 all the way up to almost $9 now. So kind of crazy to see what's going on here, but I'm definitely going to be following along with Aeterna and seeing what they have to offer in the future. And I think one way to essentially play these is if you can get into them early and once they break that initial trend line, it's typically safe to say that a lot of these kinds of protocols do not recover. However, there's always going to be outliers. I'm not saying that Aeterna is going to have that kind of a decline, but I mean, just be aware that those things do happen. So it's always good to kind of weigh a risk there and just understand everything that could potentially go wrong before you decide that it's something that you want to jump into. That being said, guys, I know this video has gotten long, about almost 20 minutes already, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.